nothing is perfect, and that pertains to Beyblade as well. What is up, everybody? I'm Gabriel. Today's video is going to be a video on the flaws of the Beyblade community. So let's get this thing started. But before we get started, hey, do you want BX base? Or even UX base? Or even CX base? Well then go check out sponsor of the channel, Mall of Toys. They're a big help to the channel, and if you guys use code Gabriel'sBase at checkout, you'll save 5% off. Now let's get back to the video. There are 3 flaws of the Beyblade community I want to talk about, but there are more flaws of the Beyblade community, but I just want to mainly go for 3, which are toxicity, constantly begging for a return to form, and hating on the anime. Which those first two go, the first one and the third one go hand in hand, but they're 2 separate points that I want to go over. So, first let's talk about toxicity. Now, when it comes to toxicity in the Beyblade community, it's mainly defined as people hating the newer generations, and I went over this in a video before, so if you guys want my full thoughts on it, you can go over there. But my main line for the flaws of the Beyblade community is the fact that people hate on the new generation of Beyblade because they replaced the old one. Now, don't get me wrong, it's sad to see your favorite thing end and get rebooted by something that you're not too familiar with. I totally get that. But the thing is, if you're trying to hate on someone because they like the thing that replaced your old favorite thing, or your favorite thing, your previous iteration that was your favorite before the new one came around, that's kind of petty. Like I said in a previous video, the core fundamental of Beyblade remain the same. It's just some of the system parts and how the bays look are different, as well as the anime characters that are in said series. But that's really it. Now, when it comes to begging for a return to form, mainly it comes from Burst fans, but it was also Metalfly fans, but mainly Burst fans now asking for Hasbro to return for Beyblade Burst, even though X is thriving throughout the entirety of the world and so on and so forth, but people still want Beyblade Burst back. But yeah, as I said in the previous video, you're not getting Burst back because they're just gonna keep chugging forward. But the thing is, the generations aren't being forgotten. Beyblade still knows about the previous generations, and they're remaking the every other generation Bay into the X system. Like, think about Plastic Gen, Metal Gen, Burst, Beyblade Bursts remakes are actually one of the more competitive ones in the meta, and that's actually really cool, considering the first anime Burst stuff actually is one of my favorite things to see in Beyblade, because those are the tops I grew up with. So even though they're not going to continue Burst, they're still making products that relate to Burst. Plus, the bursting mechanic is still a part of Beyblade X, so it's not like Burst is totally out of the limelight. Now finally, as for hating on the anime, it's probably going to be the longest section of the video, and rightfully so, because many people hate the X anime because, you know, Bird constantly losing, but that's something the writers do. We can't fault the character for that. We can just fault the writers. And another thing with Burst, so many people are quick to call the main characters out for quote-unquote plot armor when they win against like the previous main character. Like, every time Vault loses, that character that wins against Vault is labeled with plot armor. I don't understand that. While yes, it could be sad that your character doesn't all win all the time, you gotta remember that as they're introducing new characters, they have to have those characters at least win once. And regardless if it's from the main character itself or from a different character entirely, but when it's the main character, they're obviously going to have another main character battle against that main character. So you can't really fault that other main character for losing because they're trying to show how the other main character is. Like, say for like Iger, Dante. Iger's actually did feel earned a little bit because Iger was like the first successor to Vault and actually, you know, had a much better arc, had a good arc with him. But every other main character, they just label with full armor, and that's just quite annoying. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. I know most of the sections are pretty short, but I didn't really have much to say on this that I would just be repeating myself if I kept, you know, those sections longer. So anyway guys, that's it. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Till next time, goodbye folks.